never been so.
Hey everybody, this is Dan and Matthew from Madina Lake. You are watching All the Rage TV.
Roll the dice on a beachfront tropical paradise. I'm ready to go where palm trees always blow. I'm sick of this crowd, we are getting out. I wanna go where there's no one.
We're coming off of a really successful tour in England. We played in London last night, or 2 nights ago, to over 2,000 people. So that was kind of nice. This will be like a step down in the amount of people, but these shows tend to have more energy as a collective, so we're feeling good.
The last one we did here was really exciting, so it was good to come back. We'll see what happens.
We had, so with both records, we were lucky enough to have 100% creative control, which is important to our band. When we first signed to Roadrunner, it was based on the understanding that we're the kind of band that has a hand in everything from the artwork to the music to everything. So they kind of just send us to the studio and then they don't even come in and check in until we're done.
Yeah.
So that way was great. The only time that our vision gets compromised is when it comes to making videos or the way that they market us. A certain, things that are out of our control. But the important elements being the music and those we have control over.
Yeah, we've been really lucky actually. There's a lot of bands too that our size, like in our bands we tour with and things where they labels seem to make them do a lot of things, like hire songwriters to do things and different musicians to play stuff and write certain songs that sound like other songs. And like you said, we were really lucky. We made the record that we wanted to make twice. So.
Can you talk about the track Never Take Us Alive? What it's talking about?
We spent 2.5 years touring on the first record, and we were sharing stages with bands that looked the same and sounded the same and had the same moves on stage. And everything was just generic and bland that we felt like, and they were finding greater success, and we were being sort of insulted or lumped into something like that. And it's a testament to just like we white song. Join or whatever. Yeah, we won't conform. We won't be pigeonholed. We're gonna be who we're gonna be, and we're never gonna quit. So best get out the way.
Good one. After touring for a couple years on the first record, that was like the reoccurring theme in our band. I mean, just everything we talked about was like not wanting to be associated with all this other stuff that was happening that we didn't like, and just making a record we wanted to make and kind of getting our message across without having to think about what other people might think about it or what if it sounds like other bands that are doing well or anything like that. So a lot of the songs are, I think have to do with that.
Yeah, and I guess from a lyrical perspective, it's all the theme and the subjects are all like about feeling trapped in this or enslaved in this system that you had nothing to do with creating. And how that can debilitate your mind and literally make you insane. So it's like how to escape from that and feel comfortable with yourself and with your life and your headspace.
And who writes the band?
Nathan writes the lyrics, and we all write the music. Again, that comes from like the lyrical sentiment of the record. So it's a metaphor for attics being your mind and all the garbage that is trapped in an attic and the cobwebs and the cloudiness. And Eden is this sort of psychological utopia. So trying to get from this dark and cluttered, messy place to a place of peace and happiness. And the record is about that pursuit.
You believe in God?
What's that?
Good question.
You believe in God?
It's hard.
Not in God in any traditional sense of the word, but in a sort of divine energy or divine creator. I mean, there is a method, there is an organization to all of this. There's a rhythm to this that is greater than humans, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. the whole is greater than the sum.
But nobody in the band is like a religious in any particular sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we all feel, I think, similar about that. You know?
Yeah. Like God, our God is the cosmos and the wonder of the earth, and you know, Madina Lake is represents small-minded America with shallow materialistic values, entitlement and narcissism, and how that way of thinking and that way of living is a dangerous path. So the whole story is about a town full of these characters in America and an event that happens to sort of shake people into reality, into living in the moment, into thinking about the now, into recognize what values or what matters in the world, you know. And it's sort of sad that sometimes it takes things like a tragedy or you know, a lot of turbulence in your life to really make you stop and be vulnerable and be in the moment and
Realize what's important. Right?
yeah, see what matters. So that's kind of what the story. That's the direction the story is going, and it's very complicated. There's many different things that come into play, and it's sort of our ideas of what we sort of think is going to be the end result of the human insanity, you know. So that's basically what the story is.
And by the time that I come home, she's already sleeping. Sit on the bed and take off my clothes. My nerves are shaking.
Are you still thinking to record only 3 albums?
I don't think it was ever limited to 3. It's like, as far as the story was always concerned, we always said it would unfold over 3 records. So when we finish the 3rd one, I mean, it'll definitely conclude it like we said it would, but you know, we'll keep writing music. Like, I don't think we're gonna stop just because, you know, story's over. So yeah, we'll either choose a different direction to go or some other creative way to take it. But yeah, we'll finish it on the next one.
What do you think about your path until now?
It's been awesome. I mean, I think,
Crazy.
I've loved it. It's full of ups and downs and things like that, but I think our general mentality about how it's been now is like, we've gone through the things we liked and didn't like, but we're at a place now that we feel, I think, finally confident as a band. You know, it's like a roller coaster, like up and down, and I think it really taught us who we are and what kind of music we want to make and what kind of statements we want to make. And I mean, I feel good about it. It's like anything in life. When you look back, there's parts that you didn't like or that you think were bad, but then you come to realize that that's what made your life the way it is now. That's what made this band what it is now, is all those things that we went through. So there's things that I would, you know, we'd say probably want to change and things we wouldn't, but as a whole, I feel like we're in a comfortable spot now because of all that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good answer. It's an interesting question because right now, the subconscious of the band or the mood of the band is better than it's ever been, but that's coming out of the most difficult, turbulent part of our career that we've ever had in over 5 years. So like 3 months ago, we were at our lowest point as a band, and now we're at our highest point. So
Yeah.
it's very sporadic.
Yes.
Thank you! Okay, let me have one more sip. Okay, now you can have it.
The best reward? What is it? I think when people tell us, I guess, like after a show, we always like to talk to the people that are at their shows and everything, and sometimes when they explain to us how they felt at the show or how they feel when they listen to the music, like if it, you know, takes them to another place, or if certain things bad are happening in their life, it's like an escapism for them. And I think that's the ultimate compliment for us, because that was my favorite thing about music when I was growing up too. It's like, no matter what happened in your life when you were a kid, you would put on a certain record or put on certain songs and just completely feel better, you know, like let out all that emotion and everything and feel good again. So if we are able to do that for other people that listen to our music, that would be the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
to me.
I'm ready to go where palm trees always blow. I'm sick of this crowd, we are getting up.
One, thanks for your patience. It took us a long time to
I was
get
going to
back
say the
here.
same thing. Thanks for sticking with us, you guys, because I know it's been very hard for us to get over here. I feel like much harder than we would have liked it. So even though it's not too often, thank you for coming back again. Yeah, every time. It's a lot.
We're gonna go and live out loud. You know we're sick of this crowd.